there's a number of factors that you would imagine contributed to China falling down these rankings.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we look at 10 data points which all feed into the COVID resilience score, and they are looking at what is the best place and the worst places to be in the COVID pandemic when it comes to everyday life, business. We're looking at community mobility, access to vaccines, and of course cases. And you have seen these outbreaks flaring in China. They're not huge, but they are leading to quite a lot of restrictions, obviously lockdowns, the one in Shanghai that we're now gradually easing out of. And so across the board, you are seeing quite a lot of restriction as China refuses to move on from the pandemic.
Quite a different story here in the U.S. with the CDC planning to stop reporting suspected cases of COVID. What do we know?
Yeah, I mean, they're shifting into this sort of more permanent crouch when it comes to COVID, living alongside a disease that's going to be with us going forward. And so they're reflecting that in the way that they calculate and look at the data, stopping calculating suspected cases. I mean, we have seen definitely a drop overall in many countries in reporting of COVID cases as rapid tests become more widespread. People just aren't recording that they've had COVID, but still outbreaks flaring because of that Omicron and its subvariants that keep coming into play.
It's interesting here in Australia, even though it's almost become a non-issue as far as headlines are concerned, you're seeing a pretty high number of deaths and cases, and we're going into winter as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting with the resilience ranking that we did see quite a lot of places that fared well early on in the pandemic with their border curbs, with sort of very closed economies, keeping COVID out. They're now living alongside it, though they have very, very high, almost universally vaccination rates. They are starting to see COVID almost for the first time rip through their populations. That is leading to lower levels of deaths, of course, than we saw early on in the pandemic, but there are deaths and there are a lot of cases, particularly Australia, New Zealand, even Singapore to some extent, places that are really seeing their first real unbridled waves of COVID this year.